Umar Ahmed, IFL TV. It's so late here in Riyadh, Gareth.
It is. It's
4:30?
Isn't it 3:30?
Is it?
Clocks have gone back.
Only in England, not here.
Okay, so it's 4:30.
It's 4:30.
1:30 in the UK, 4:30 here. Still writing a piece because the Wi-Fi didn't work in the... anyway, I'm not moaning, but I'm still finishing a report. What do you want to ask?
Let's talk about the third round.
Yeah.
When he did get dropped. What was going through your
drama.
head?
Tim Bradley was sitting in front of me doing commentary, and he was up and out of his seat with his arms. We were shouting, Tim, sit the fuck down, we can't see. And talked to Tim about it just now, and said, I was just out and up and out of my seat, I couldn't believe it. And it was unbelievable. It was one of those moments, and that moment made the fight for Francis Ngannou. He just always had his mojo in the fight, no matter what was happening, because he knew that he could hurt Fury. And it was a clip, wasn't it? It wasn't a massive punch. No. It was a forehead punch, wasn't it? Temple. It hit him.
Top of the head.
Top of the head. Left hand, wasn't it?
Left hook, yeah.
Was
it a robbery? Everyone said it's a robbery.
No, I don't think it's... No, it wasn't a robbery, because it was a close fight in lots of ways, because Fury won most of the rounds outside the third, the 10-8 from Ngannou, and the 8th was definitely Ngannou's, with that assault of 8 or 9 punches from the southpaw stance. That was what's so impressive about him. He was really durable. His cardio held. He got his mojo every time he had any trouble. Whenever his mouth was open, he was blowing. He had a bit of success, and he knew he was back in there and dangerous. Fury tried to end him a couple of times. Fury got his focus back. Remember when he came back out of that, he was jabbing. Looked to try and finish him before the 5th. Because Fury was quite good 5th, 6th. And Ngannou stayed in the game. There was that weird thing when Fury held him twice and pushed him back onto the ropes.
Ngannou was strong in the clinch.
No, they didn't realise how strong he was going to be.
Yeah.
Very strong in the clinch and good working on the inside. This is why, when you've got a guy like Ngannou, who's been a heavyweight UFC fighter, who's naturally a stand-up fighter, who's as big and powerful as he is, people saying there was zero chance of him winning was ridiculous. You know, when I said it, I thought it was an 80-20 fight going into it, and maybe 90-10 after, 4 or 5 rounds. But Ngannou never guessed. Fury reminded me of the Fury in style in some ways of that first Wilder fight.
Herky-jerky.
A bit herky-jerky. They won't be happy with that performance. He will not be happy with that performance.
Was he Paul tonight? Well, surely compared to his usual standards,
Compared to what we expected Ngannou to be with him. He still won the fight. He had difficult moments in it. It's not what he would have wanted to do on this opening of the Riyadh season when you're talking about fighting Usyk on December the 23rd.
Do you think that happens still?
I'm sure there's every instinct and desire to want to do it, because that's the date that's been mooted, and I think they want to do that date. But I think it is movable. But I can't see him wanting to go. It could go 2 ways. He could think, no, I'm really unhappy with that. I'm getting back into camp. I'm going to get sharp again. It might have been the thing that makes him sharper against Usyk. Because Usyk's a different kind of fight, isn't it? He's not looking at a guy who, what he's doing is avoiding his big punches, and he's going to blow out big punches. It's going to be a chess match with Usyk. And in many ways, he's got to go after Usyk. I spoke to Lennox Lewis about it at the gala dinner, and Lennox was saying, I said, how would you beat Usyk? He said, just rush him. He's got to try and rush him. He tried to rush Ngannou, but he was a couple of times tonight, but he was like, no, I'm not going to hit by that. He did take some big shots from Ngannou as well, Fury, in that fight. But I think that December the 23rd date was if he was going to dominate, make him look like a slow, old, lethargic fighter and knock him out. Never happened. Never got anywhere near it. He buckled him a couple of times. He buckled Ngannou a couple of times. But when he went down that 3rd round, to go back to that, the whole place went, oh, and the whole crowd got behind Ngannou at that point. And you look at the narrative arc of Ngannou's life. He's a special man who can survive things. From his journey out of Africa, from living in a mud hut, sleeping on the floor in a big family, being physically strong, knowing that this was a win-win for him. You couldn't write him off.
Well, listen, it's very late here in Riyadh,
Very late.
and we're both very hungry, so we're going to need to get some food
I'm
in.
angry right now.
Are you? All right, definitely going to end this.
Still
but,
working, trying to get... I haven't managed to file my piece yet, so I'm just about to file it.
But big shout out to the Riyadh season, everyone involved. What a spectacle this week was.
It's been incredible. It's a very special place. A place I'd love to come back to.
Well, we will be.
Yeah, no, but I'd just like to come back here. The people have been gorgeous, wonderful, welcoming, spiritually beautiful, and I can't wait to come back. And what they're doing is amazing, opening their culture and their country to other creeds and colours and accepting us as they do. Us ragamuffins from the fight world. They're a ragamuffin circus. And let me vape up to finish off. Goodbye from the ragamuffin circus in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Signing off. Peace.